Welcome to the ultimate Bybit tutorial for 2025 and beyond. It doesn't matter if your goal is to make $50, $100 or even $1,000 a day trading crypto. By the end of this video, you will have everything you need to start trading and earning money on Bybit today. From creating your account to placing your first trade, all the way to more advanced features like futures trading and using leverage. Look, I have been into crypto trading for over 5 years now, and I have made every mistake in the book, so you guys don't have to. Plus, I will also show you a special way to get up to $30,000 in Bybit bonuses that most traders miss out on. And yes, I will walk you through that step by step as well. So yeah, get comfortable, maybe grab a coffee or even a notebook, and without further ado, let's get started right away here. Alright, so the very first thing we need to do before we can start trading or investing on Bybit is of course that we need to sign up. And for the sign up process, I have actually managed to get a special link from Bybit. You can find the link both in the top of the description as well as the pinned comment. And by using this link, you will get free bonuses the more you trade. And as you can see, you can actually get up to $30,000 in rewards by using this link. However, I do want to mention right away that most people will not reach $30,000. As you can see here, most people, over 80%, will win $100 or more, but not many people will reach all the way to $30,000. But alright, so after clicking on the sign up link, you should be on this page right here. And to double check that you are on the correct page, it should say Bybit X Mind Math Money here at the top. And you should also see this referral code 88512. If for some reason you can't see this code, you can type it in manually in this box. After you have made sure that you have the right number, you can either sign up here by email or you can sign up by mobile number. It doesn't really matter. So you simply type in your email right here and then you choose a password. And here it's highly recommended that you right away try to choose a strong password. And as you can see, you have some requirements here. The password should be 8 to 30 characters. It should have at least one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, and you also need a number. All of these points is to make sure that the account is secure. And later on in this video, I will show you guys some very important steps you can take to make the account even more secure. But for now, this is all you need to create your account. After that, you will get a simple email or text message to verify. And then, just like that, your account is created. When you first log into Bybit, it should look something like this. If you instead are on another page, you can go up to your profile button right here and go down and click on Overview. This should take you to this page. Because now, in order to actually trade or invest in Bybit, you need to do something called KYC. And the KYC is a simple process that can take just around 1 minute if you follow this step-by-step guide. But first of all, what is KYC? Well, KYC is something known as Know Your Customer, and it's a process that Bybit does to improve security and to prevent fraud. So now to start our KYC, we simply click on Get Verified Now. And here for the identity verification, I think this process is actually easier to do on mobile. But you can do this on both your mobile and your desktop. When you are ready to start, you simply go down here and click on Verify. And what you need to do is that you need to do 2 steps. First of all, you need to send some type of identity card to prove your identity. So this could be a driver's license, an ID card, passport, or anything else that can prove your identity. I think the alternatives here will differ a bit depending on your country, but I'm from Sweden here, so I can choose between driver's license, ID card, and so on and so on. And then after this, you will need to prove that you are you. And this is done using a simple facial recognition process. As I already said, I think this one is easier to do on camera, and what you basically do is that you simply film your face. You will get step-by-step instructions, and just like that, your profile has been verified. But alright, so congratulations, you are now done with the identity verification. To double check that you are done here, it should say right here under your name on the account info tab. So to get to the account info tab, you go to the profile right here, you press on account. And you can see here that under your email address here at the top, it should say identity verification level 1. And what you can also double check now, and this is important, is that to the right here, it should say affiliated with, and then it should say 88512, because that is my affiliate code. And that is to make sure that you will get the actual bonus the more you trade here. And we are very soon going to take a look at how you can put money into Bybit to start trading. But before we do this, I want to talk about some very important security related stuff. And the first thing I want to talk about is right now for your account, it might say that your security level is low, and it might be a red box right here. And that is not a good thing, because of course, when we trade, especially if we're going to use a lot of money in Bybit, we want to have as high security as possible. So now, let's take a look at some things we can do to improve your security. And what I recommend is that I recommend to go down and press here where it says security. And here, as you can see, I have currently enabled all of the two-factor authentications here for the account. But I don't think you need everything. Right now, if you used your email, you will already have the login and you will have the email. But to improve the security even more, you can set up SMS authentication. This will make it so that every time you log in, you will get an SMS from Bybit, and that enhances the security. But in order to get the green and the highest security, I think you also need to set up this Google two-factor authentications. And this is basically a simple app you download on App Store or your Google phone, and this app will show you a code that regenerates like every 10 seconds or any 20 seconds or so on and so on. So what you simply do is that you put in your password and email when you log into Bybit, then you open up the app, you get a code, and then you simply log in. It's a very simple process. And after setting all of these up, you should be able to go back to your account info, and you should see that the security level is high. But guys, if you have any questions regarding this security process or maybe about the KYC, make sure to drop them down in the comments below. I will try my very best to answer as many questions as I possibly can. But now, one final thing I want to talk about before we can start funding our account and start trading and make money here on Bybit is that we can actually improve our verification even more. If you click identity verification right here, you can see that right now we have done level 1 verification, and this is actually enough to start trading. But what I do recommend here is that you actually complete level 2 as well. And what you need to do here for level 2 is, I can actually show you guys here. You can click here, you see it says proof of address. So you can verify your proof of address by using this address verification process right here. The documents that are accepted are things like bank statements, utility bills, internet / phone line bills, tax returns. You have many different documents that you can use to verify here. And the address verification just takes a few minutes, and it will unlock some more features here on Bybit. So I do recommend to complete this step too. But as I said, this is not something you have to do. But alright guys, so now you have a Bybit account and you have done all the security and all the things you need to actually start trading. So now the next thing we of course need to do is that we need to deposit and we need to put money into Bybit. And here, there are a few different methods we can use to deposit money right into Bybit. And let's actually start with the easiest method. And the easiest method, at least in my opinion, is to go up here where it says buy crypto, and then you go down to where it says one click buy. As you can see, buy crypto within seconds. This is a very simple process here. The next step you need to do is that you need to choose the currency you want to spend. So maybe you want to spend euro, then you simply search euro, or I'm from Sweden, so maybe I want to spend the Swedish krona right here. That's the currency we use. But to make it simple, let's choose euro right here. And let's say that we want to deposit 1,000 euro. And the reason it says insufficient balance right here is because right now we have the balance payment method. To change the payment method, you simply click on this button right here. And here, as you can see, you can use Apple Pay, you can use Google Pay, or you can simply use a bank card. And for me, I think the bank card is a very simple method, so let's use a bank card right here. I have personally already put in my details, but what you need to do, you simply put in your card details and then you click buy with euro. And just like that, you now have money in your Bybit account. But alright, so now I want to show you guys another method to put money into Bybit, because even though cards are very cheap to use, the fees when you use your card can actually be a little bit higher than this method I will show right now. So the next method you can use, now you can go up here to buy crypto, and then you can go down here where it says fiat deposit. And once again here, you can first choose the amount and the currency. Let's once again choose euro here, and let's choose 1,000 euro. Then you can choose here between payment methods. You have something called Zen.com. I have never used this, but you also have, and you can see it's 0.92% fee. If you want lower fees, you can use the SEPA, and this right here is a normal bank transfer. So you can choose SEPA and then press continue right here. Here you get the terms, it's very straightforward. You can see that you deposit 1,000 euro, the fee is around 2 euro, and this right here is what you will receive. You need to then agree right here and press continue. And here, and this is important when you use this payment method, you want to ensure that your account details actually match the information you provided during when you did your KYC. Because if this information is inconsistent, this might actually make it so that you can't transfer the money. So just double check that, and you can also make sure here that when you transfer that you don't really mention anything crypto related, because you know, some banks don't really like crypto. So if possible, you know, just don't mention anything about crypto here. And you can also see here that the recommended amount is 10 euro to 20,000 euro, and so on and so on. Make sure to just quickly read through this whole note here before you transfer. Next, you will come to this page right here, and you can either scan the QR code right here, or you can just look and copy the bank details. These are the details that you need to copy. Then you need to go to your own account and create the payment to these details. So make sure that when you make the payment that all of the double check that all of these details are correct. One sort of downside with this payment method is that it usually takes like maybe 1 to maybe up to 3 business days for your money to actually get into the account. So if you want to, you know, start trading right away, I recommend to use the card method I talked about earlier by using the one-click buy right here. But now, some of you guys might of course wonder, let's say I want to send crypto from another exchange to Bybit. How do I do this? Well, let's quickly take a look at that. Once again, you want to go up here to where it says buy crypto, and now you want to go down to where it says crypto deposit. Next up, you need to select the crypto you want to send in to Bybit. So you can either search for your crypto right here, But let's keep it simple. Let's say that we want to send Bitcoin. And next here, you can see that you can choose a chain or choose a network. For Bitcoin, it's very simple because we only have one chain right here, the BTC. But for some other cryptocurrencies, like for example here for Ethereum, you can see that we have multiple different chains here with different confirmations. But what you want to make sure is that you send it over, that you have the same network on where you are sending from. So maybe you are sending from Binance. You want to make sure that you have the same chain on Binance as here on Bybit. For example here, let's say that we want to send USDT. If we choose TRC20 here on Bybit, we need to also choose TRC20 from this sending exchange. As you can read right here, this is a confirmation of this. Please confirm that you are depositing USDT to this address on the TRC20 network. So we need to acknowledge that, and then you will get your address. You copy your address to where you are sending from. You might have to wait a few minutes, but it's usually a very swift process, and the money should arrive into Bybit in a few minutes. Finally, I can also show you this thing called P2P trading, and this is great because it has 0 fees. So by clicking on this section right here, you can click OK. Then you need to click confirm here. This is important. You need to make sure that you are the ones actually using your account here. But here you can see that we actually have other Bybit users that you can buy directly from. So to make it more simple, I can just choose to display it in euro right here, confirm. Here you can see that we have different users that are selling USD Tether. So if I, for example, want to buy USD Tether from this user right away, we can see here that the price is 0.954 euro. You can buy USDT by simply pressing right here. You choose how much you will pay. Just make sure that you have sufficient money in your account, and just like that you can trade peer-to-peer with other Bybit users. But alright, so now at this point in the course, you have hopefully chosen one of the methods to deposit and put money into your Bybit account. But now you might of course wonder, where can I find my money? Where can I find my cryptocurrencies and other assets? Well, to do this, you simply go up here to the upper right where it says assets, and you press right here. This will take you to a page where you can see an overview of your Bybit account. You can, for example, see that on this account, I have around a total of $96.84 US in assets. But what you also can see here is that we have two different accounts. We have one account called funding, and we have one account called unified trading. And after you have just recently put money into Bybit, the money should be here in the funding account. But in order to actually trade on Bybit, we need to put the money in the trading account, which is called unified trading. So now you might of course wonder, how do we transfer money from one account to another? How do we transfer money from funding to unified trading? Well, to do this is very simple. What we want to do, we go up here to the upper right corner, we press on transfer, then we choose from funding to unified trading. And if you want to put all the money into your unified trading, you simply click all right here. You can also choose a manual number. Let's say I want to just put $90, but here I want to put all the money into our trading account so we can get started trading here on Bybit very soon. After you have done this, you simply press confirm right here. You need to maybe wait a few seconds, and sometimes you need to refresh the site here in order to see. And as you can see, guys, just like that, now we have 96, we have all our money in our unified trading account, and we are ready here to trade. If you now want to see exactly what type of assets we have in our account, you click on it here, and here you can see, what cryptocurrencies we own. You can, for example, see that on this account, I currently have $92 or 92 USDT. So this is a available right now for trading. But I also have a little bit of ETH right here, just like $4 of ETH, and almost nothing here in Bitcoin. And if you have other assets, you can go down here and check all your assets. This is a great sort of overview where you can see all your assets on the account. All right, okay, so now when we finally have money in our trading accounts, now we are ready to start trading on Bybit. And I want to begin here by showing you the easiest way to buy and sell crypto here on Bybit. And to do that, what you want to do is that you want to go up here to where it says buy crypto, and then you want to head down to where it says convert and click right here. This will take you to a very simple trading window. And what you do here is that you first basically show what crypto you want to use for the transaction. In this case, remember, we have 92 USDT here, which is pretty much the same thing as US dollar, but it's a cryptocurrency. So here we want to trade, let's say we want to trade our USDT to, for example, Bitcoin. Then we click on the to button here and we search for the ticker symbol for Bitcoin, which is BTC. By the way, if you ever want to search for a cryptocurrency, it's much easier if you search for the ticker symbol. And that is basically the 3 letters here, or it can sometimes be 4 or sometimes be 2 letters. And they are basically used as a way to quickly identify a crypto. If you don't know the ticker symbol, you can just, for example, Google Bitcoin ticker symbol and it will come up. But now let's choose Bitcoin right here. We want to trade USDT to BTC. We also need to choose the amount here. And in this case, let's just click all. So we use all our USDT and convert it to Bitcoin. To then trade, you simply need to click get a quote right here. You will have a few seconds to confirm the transaction, because if you wait for too long, the price will have moved a bit, right? So we need to click confirm transaction here before the timer is over. It will, process for a little bit. And just like that, we now have bought Bitcoin. To double check that we have Bitcoin, we can once again go back here to view our assets. And what you now will notice is that in our account, we now have Bitcoin. It's not a lot, it's 0.0009 Bitcoin, but it's still something here. But now let's actually go back here to the convert. So we go to buy crypto, convert once again. Because now I want to show you guys that you don't have to use USDT. If you want to, you could, for example, convert maybe Bitcoin to Ethereum. And to do that, you simply choose from Bitcoin to Ethereum. And the ticker symbol for Ethereum is just ETH. So from Bitcoin to Ethereum, we can once again choose that we want to use all our Bitcoin. So we want to transform all our Bitcoin here to Ethereum. Then we click get a quote. Once again, you have a timer, you confirm the transaction, and it will process for a tiny bit here. And as you can see, just like that, our conversion is completed. We can click here now on view assets, and now you will see that we have Ethereum here in our account instead of Bitcoin. Last but not least, guys, I just want to show you how we can once again convert back to USDT, but you really get the point by now. You choose from ETH to USDT. We choose all here, and we convert back to our USDT, because we will need the USDT for very soon when we will actually go to the Bybit trading platform. But once again, to confirm, we can click on view assets right here, and you will see that the USDT is right here. But right, guys, so now it's finally time to take a look at the Bybit trading platform. And to do that, you want to go up to the trade button right here. And as you can see, Here we have a few different markets. We have the spot market, future market, and options market. And in this video, I will show you guys the spot market and also the futures market. And now you might already wonder, what is the difference? Well, in very simple terms, the spot market is where you trade real cryptocurrency. So you trade real Bitcoin, real Ethereum, and so on and so on. While the futures market, you can think about it as you're basically trading contracts that are based on the real crypto prices. So you trade contracts, for example, if you trade Bitcoin future, that is a contract that will follow the price of Bitcoin. And the future market will allow you to, for example, trade with more leverage. Leverage is a tool that can greatly enhance your profits, but also greatly enhance your losses. And we will talk a little bit about futures trading later on. But let's begin here with the real spot market. So we press on spot right here. And as you can see, this will take you to the Bybit trading platform. And let's begin here with some basics. You can see up here in the upper left corner, you can see what market we are currently looking at. You can see it says right now, it says BTC slash USDT. This means that we are right now looking at Bitcoin measured in USDT. So Bitcoin measured in, it's basically Bitcoin measured in dollar, and the price you can see right here. You can see Bitcoin is currently at around $95,700. Next, right here, you can see the current price and you can see the change the last 24 hours. Here you have the highest price Bitcoin has been in the last 24 hours, and here you have the lowest price. Next, right here, we have the actual price chart. And this right here is what is known as a candlestick chart, where each green and red bar right here on the chart represents 1 day of trading. You might wonder, how do we know that it's 1 day of trading? Well, we can see it right here. You see it says 1D. But if we, for example, want to change the time frame, so maybe we want every candle to be 1 hour instead, then we simply press 1H like that. And now you can see that the chart looks a bit different. And that is because now every candlestick on this chart represents 1 hour instead of 1 day. And here you might wonder, how do we understand what these candles mean? What does these candles tell us about the price? Well, we have two different candles. We have the green candle and the red candle. A green candle basically means that the price has been going up during the candle. So if you look at this green candle right here, what the green candle tells us is that the price started down here, and during the candle it went up all the way up here to this point. So a green candle goes up from this point to this point, and the red candle is opposite. So for the red candle, the price starts right here and ends at the lowest point here of the wide part. So for a red candle, the price decreases during the candle. But what you also can see is that we have these tiny lines. We have a tiny line that ends right here for the red candle, and right down here at the lowest point. And what these small lines basically tell us is the highest price during that period, which, remember, is right now 1 hour, and the lowest price during that period. So for example, let's actually zoom in here even more to make a clear example. If we take a look at this green candle, this green candle, since it's green, we know that the price went up during the candle, but it only went up from this point to this point. However, the highest point the price reached during this candle was all the way up here, and the lowest point was all the way down there. So maybe during the green candle, maybe the price moved something like this. It opened here, it went down like that, then it went all the way up here, but before the candle closed, the price went down all the way down there. So yeah guys, I hope that makes sense. That was just a little short guide on how to read candlesticks. And as I mentioned up here, you can choose the time frame of the candles. So if we want to maybe change the chart so every candle is 4 hours, we can press right there. But alright, so the next thing I want to show you guys is the order book. And the order book can be found right here. And what you can see here in the order book is basically the buy and sell orders currently on the market. So all of these red orders right here, you can see we have many orders at around 95,700. These are basically people that right now want to sell Bitcoin for these exact prices. And you can see right now it suddenly changed a lot. So now it's 95,693. You can see we have orders right here, and you can also see the quantity, so how much the people want to sell. And as you can see, this is live, so this changes all the time. And on the other side of the order book, we have the people that want to buy Bitcoin. You see the exact prices they want to buy for, and you also see the quantity right here. And you can see, as I said, the order book changes all the time. What you also can do is that you can go here and click on recent trades, and here you will see all the trades that is happening live in the market. And you can see that some trades are green and some are red. The green ones are basically when the price goes up. So this is when a buyer pushes the price up, while the red trades here are when a seller pushes the price down. But alright guys, so now we are finally ready to start taking a look at how to actually trade in the Bybit trading platform right here. And I think for this section, I will remove my camera so you guys can see everything clearly. But first of all, to buy and sell here on Bybit, you want to look at this panel right here. You can see that we have the convert function. This was the simple function I talked about earlier, where you can very simply convert from, for example, Bitcoin to USDT. But here we also have something called margin 10x. This right here is when you use leverage, so your wins will be larger and your losses will be larger as well. This can be a great way to make money faster, but also, as I said, lose money faster. And we will talk about leverage trading later. But let's begin here by taking a look at spot trading. So this right here is when you buy actual cryptocurrency. So if you want to buy real Bitcoin or real Ethereum, you want to trade the real thing, the spot market is the way to go. Then you can see we can select here if we want to buy Bitcoin or sell Bitcoin. Right now we don't have any Bitcoin, so we want to buy Bitcoin. Next here we have some different order types. You can see it says limit, it says market, and it says TP/SL. This stands for take profit and stop loss. And now let's go over these different order types, because I think it's very important to know this in a very, simple step-by-step manner. And let's begin here with the most simple order, and that is the market order, or for short, market. What a market order basically does is that it allows you to buy or sell right now for the current price. So remember, we can see the price of Bitcoin right here. The price is currently at around 95,859. So if we use a buy market order, we will buy for this price. But before we can execute this order right here, we need to choose how much Bitcoin do we want to buy. And you can either choose a value. So let's say we want to use 90 US dollar. Remember, our available balance is 93. Then you can simply type 90 if you want to use 90, or you can use this slider right here. So if you want to use half of your money, you can select 50%. But now let's say I want to use everything. So I want to use all my money, or in other words, 100%. Then I take the slider to 100%. And now when we are ready, we simply go down here and press buy BTC. Next, you will get a confirmation window right here. You see the quantity, so how much Bitcoin you get, the order value, and then you simply press buy BTC. And just like that, it says your market buy order has been filled. So now we have bought Bitcoin. If you want to double check your trade, you can go down right here to where it says trade history. So you press on trade history, you scroll down here, and as you can see, here is our trade. We bought Bitcoin measured in USD. You can see that we traded on the spot market, direction buy here, and you see for how much we bought, for what price we bought, and so on and so on. You get all the information about the trade right here. But now let's quickly also show how we can sell the position using a market order. It's the exact same way, but now we choose sell up here. We make sure to have market selected, and let's say that we want to now sell all our Bitcoin. Then we simply press the slider all the way up to 100%. We press sell Bitcoin, we confirmed the sell, and just like that we have sold Bitcoin. To double check, we can once again go down here to the trade history, and as you can see, the sell order can be found down here. But alright, so now let's take a look at the next order type, and that is the limit order. So now you want to go to the limit, you want to select limit right here, and let's start here with a buy limit order. So you select buy right here. And what a limit order basically allow you is to place an order at a certain level. So now you can choose whatever level you want to, in this case, buy Bitcoin. So right here in the order price box, you can choose what level you want to buy Bitcoin for. So remember that Bitcoin is right now at 95,800. But let's say that we have been doing an analysis. Maybe we saw, this is just random, but let's say that we found some support right here. We found some support once again. So maybe we want to place a buy order around this support, which is, around maybe 95,200. Then we can simply place an order right there. So we type in 95,200. This means that if or when Bitcoin goes down to 95,200, we will buy Bitcoin. And then just as with the market order, we can choose how much. Let's say we want to use 100% of our, we want to buy for 100% of what is possible. Then we take the slider to 100%. And then when we're done, we can simply go and click buy BTC right here. You will once again get a confirmation window, and then you press buy Bitcoin. And now, because we used a limit order, we didn't buy Bitcoin right away. Instead, our order will be somewhere here in the order book, right? To check your current orders, you can go down right here where it says open orders, and you press on this one. Then you can scroll down, and you can see that right here we have an open order. So we want to buy Bitcoin measured in USDT. The order type is a limit order. The price here is 95,200. And here we can see the quantity. And here in the open orders, you can see that we can change the order price. Let's say that when we double check, we actually saw that we don't want to have the buy level at 95,000. We actually want it a bit lower. We want to change it to, instead of having it at 95,200, we want to change it to 95,000. Then we can simply update the order. So just like that, I updated the order, and that is confirmed. Also, if you simply want to cancel the order, you can go down here. You can see where it says cancel. So if you no longer want to use the order, you can simply press cancel right there. And just like that, our order is no longer on the market. And as for the sell limit order, it works in the exact same way. One thing you need to think about when using limit orders is that if you use a sell limit order, you need to place the sell limit above the current price, right? So right now it's 95,800. If you use a sell limit, you will need to place the limit here somewhere above the current price, because if you place it lower, then you will automatically sell. And the opposite is of course true here for the buy limit. So if we use the buy limit, we want to place the price below, we want to place the limit below the current price, because if we don't do that, we will automatically buy. So that is one thing to have in mind. But all right, so last but definitely not least, we want to take a look at the take profit and stop loss order. And to do this, we want to go over to where it says TP/SL right here. And actually, in order to show you that, I actually want to buy Bitcoin once again. So let me just make a quick market order where I buy Bitcoin at the current market price. Because I want to show you guys using the TP/SL option here, how we can set a stop loss for Bitcoin. So to set the stop loss, we want to go to the sell button right here. And then you can see that we have something called a trigger price and we have an order price. So the trigger price right here will be the price where our stop loss gets triggered. So right now the price is at around 95,700. And let's say that once again we have been doing an analysis. Let's say that we have been doing an analysis, and if the price drops below, you can see we have a wick right here. Let's say that if the price drops below this wick, we actually want to sell, because if the price goes below this point, we predict that the market will continue to crash. So here we can actually set a stop loss around 94,000, right? Because this level is just above, this wick here is just above 94,000. So here we can set a trigger that when the price goes down to 94,000, we want to automatically sell Bitcoin. And then here for the actual order price, we can choose to use a limit or a market order. So remember, the limit places the stop at a certain level, while the market sells at just at the current price, to whatever price possible. So if you want to really get out of the market, you can use a market order, or you can set a limit order, but remember that the limit order needs to be below the current price, or it will sell automatically. So you might set a limit order, you know, maybe at 93,000, maybe 93,800. So when the price goes down to 94,000, we will place a sell order at 93,800. As for the quantity, once again, you can always choose. Maybe you want to only sell half of the position at this point, but maybe you want to sell everything. If you want to sell everything, you can take the slider to 100%. Then when you are ready, you simply press sell BTC right here. You can see you get the information. You can double check the information. You have the trigger price, the order price, and the quantity. And here it will be, it says time in force, good till cancel. This means that the order will be in the order book until you cancel it. And that sounds good to me. So we press sell BTC. And now, just like that, to check the order, you can go to open orders, you scroll down, and then you need to go to the take profit/stop loss button right here. And here you can see that we have our order. But now, let's say that you for some reason don't want to use this order anymore, then you can simply go down here and press cancel, or if you want to change anything about the order, you can also simply change it by clicking on any of these buttons. But for now, let's actually cancel the order. But alright, so at this point in the tutorial, you now know how to use the different order types to trade crypto here in the spot market. But now I actually almost forgot to show you guys. I just want to real quickly show you how you can change the market. So, so far we have only been looking at Bitcoin measured in USDT. But to change the market, you just go up here to the upper left corner. You hover over this button right here, And here you can see that we can search for any market. Let's say that we want to trade, instead of Bitcoin, we want to trade Ethereum. Then we can simply search for ETH, and as you can see down here we have different ETH markets. You can see it says right here Ethereum measured in USDT. We also have, for example, Ethereum measured in USDC, which is another stable currency. And we also have a market where we measure Ethereum in Bitcoin. But let's keep it simple and just choose Ethereum measured in USDT. So now instead of a Bitcoin chart, we have an Ethereum chart. And once again, if you want to, we can change time frame. Right now, every candlestick is 4 hours. But if we want every candlestick to be 1 hour, we can simply press here. But let's say we want to, now we maybe want to look at XRP instead. Then we simply search for XRP. And we go to the XRP USDT chart like that. And so on and so on. It is pretty straightforward and easy to find cryptocurrencies. But now we already have a pretty good understanding of the spot market. The spot market is where we buy and sell real crypto. But remember, guys, that I also talked about the futures market. And to go to the futures market, you go up here to where it says trade, and then you go down here and press futures. And let's actually do that, because I do want to give you guys a quick Bybit futures tutorial. And first of all, when we open the future markets, the first thing you need to know is that, as I mentioned earlier, the spot market is where you trade real crypto, and the futures market is where you trade basically contracts that follow the price of crypto. I think that is the easiest way to think about it as a beginner. And here, before you watch this futures part of the video, I highly recommend that you take a look at the part about the spot market, because most things are the same. But one big difference here, and what the futures market allow you to do, is to use leverage. And you can think about leverage as a tool that will multiply your profits, but also multiply your losses. So let me actually once again hide my camera here so you can see more clearly. And first of all, as you can see right here, the trading panel is very similar to the spot market. But what you can now do is that you can choose leverage right here. So you can see right now it says 5x. That means that we will win 5 times more than normal, but we will also lose 5 times more than normal. And to change the leverage, you can go right here. You can, for example, adjust it upwards to 10x, or you can choose to drag it down to as low as 1x right here. And here, and this is very important, for beginners, I actually recommend to stick with the spot market until you get used to the platform, because when it comes to leverage, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can easily lose money. But let's begin here by using not too much leverage. Let's start by using 5x, meaning that we will lose 5 times more, but also win 5 times more. So let's choose 5x leverage right here. And let's actually start here with a simple market order. So we currently have 5x leverage. And let's say that we want to, use all our money. So we choose 100% right here. And what you can see is that even though, remember, we only have like $90, you can see that now the order value will be more. And this is because we are using leverage. We can also, if we want to, by checking this box right here, we can set an automatic take profit and stop loss level. So right now the price is at around 95,630. So let's say we want to set an automatic stop loss, price target at $100,000. So if the price reaches $100,000, we will automatically lock in profit. And let's say that we want to set our stop loss at 90,000. So if the price goes down to 90,000, we will automatically sell the position. Then when we are ready here, we can click buy/long. And before we continue here, I want to talk about this window, because this is very important. Because here you can see all the information about the order, and the most important part you need to take a look at is this part right here. This is the estimated liquidation price. And this value shows the price at which your position will be automatically liquidated, or in other words, automatically sold. So even if we didn't use a stop loss for this position, we would automatically be forced to sell here if the price went down to 74,200. So when you are trading using futures, always make sure to double check this liquidation price. And another thing I have to mention is that in this case, we set our stop loss at 90,000. So in this case, we will automatically sell above the 74,000 point. But let's say that we have done our analysis and let's say that we set our stop loss at 60,000. In this case, our stop loss would not matter because the liquidation price is above 60,000. So always make sure that you have your stop loss above the liquidation price. If your stop loss is below, that means that you need to, change the leverage and change the estimated liquidation price. So always, guys, make sure to double check the liquidation price. Also double check that the take profit and stop loss is correct. And when you are ready, you can click confirm right here. Now, as you can see, this order failed because I waited for too long. So let's do it again. Buy long. We double check the estimated liquidation price and we click confirm right here. And just like that, our future position is now live in the market. And here on the chart, you can now see that our take profit is at 100,000, our stop loss at 90,000. And here you can see our current profit or loss of the position. And now to check your futures position, you can just scroll down right here. And as you can see, we have right here on the positions tab, we have the position. You can see everything you need to know. You can see the leverage. You can see the liquidation price right here. And as you can see right here, you can see the profit or loss. What you will also notice here is that when you go to open orders right here, you can see that we have a position here as well. And this is basically our take profit and stop loss. Remember that we set a take profit at $100,000. So it will automatically sell the position if it goes up there, or if the price goes down to $90,000, we will also automatically sell. But now let's say that you for some reason don't want to be in the market anymore. You want to just get out and take either profit or loss depending on how the market has moved right here. And to do that, you simply go to position right here, and then you can see that it says to the right, it says close buy. And then we can choose between limit or market. The market order will simply close the position right now at the current price, while the limit order works in the exact same manner that we have been talking about throughout this course. You can choose a specific level. But in this case, let's just choose the market right here. Let's just close the position as it is right now. You can choose how much. Let's choose 100% and click confirm. And now we are no longer in the futures market. The position is closed. We can double check by going to assets here and see that we have the US dollar right here. All right, so at this point in the course, you know how to trade in the spot market, but you also know how to trade in the futures market. But what we haven't really talked about yet is, how do we know when to actually buy and sell crypto? And here, when it comes to when to buy or sell, we basically have two broad categories. You can either be trading, which means that you buy and sell pretty frequently, or you can be investing, which basically means that you buy and plan to hold for a long time. But now I want to show you guys some tools that you can use if you plan to, trade. Maybe you plan to day trade, which means that you buy and sell within the same day, or maybe you plan to buy and sell within the same week. When it comes to these short to medium term trades, the by far most popular technique to use is something called technical analysis. And technical analysis is a very broad topic, and I have tons of videos on my YouTube channel where I go over some different technical analysis techniques and tools that you can use to improve your trading. But now I do want to do just a very basic guide on how you can start using technical analysis right here on Bybit. And the very first thing we want to do when we analyze the chart is that we first of all want to make the chart bigger. So to make the chart a full screen, you want to go to this button, you can see right here, where it is 2 arrows, and you press on this one. So just like that, we have the chart in full screen and we are ready to start doing our analysis. And before we start here, remember we are still looking at a Bitcoin chart, and right now we're actually on a weekly time frame. So every candlestick here is 1 week. But if you want to, change the time frame, maybe you are a short-term trader, you might want to go to the 5-minute chart, which means that now every candlestick on this chart will be 5 minutes instead. But let's actually begin here with the weekly time frame, because I did see some interesting things right here on the weekly. And the very first tool I want to show you guys is the tool you can find right here. So if you go up here to the upper left corner and press on what is called trendline tools, you can see that we have a few different tools. And the first tool I want to show you guys is the trend line. So to use this one, you press on trend line and then you press on 1 point on the chart, and then you can drag the trend line out, and then you press on another point on the chart. And just like that, you have been drawing your trend line. Now you might of course wonder, what are the main use cases for trend lines? Well, as we can hear on the name, we mainly use trend lines to draw trends. And let's actually zoom in here. Let me delete this one for now. If we zoom in on the chart at this point, one interesting thing we can notice is that during this period right here, we can see that the price printed consecutive lower highs, while at the same time we printed consecutive lower lows. So if you look here, you can see that it looks like we have a sort of a mini or short-term downtrend right on the chart. So instead of doing ugly drawings like I did right now, we can instead of course use our trend line tool. So we drag out the upper bound just like this. We use the trend line tool, and then a trick for you guys is if you want to copy this line with the exact same slope, you can press on it, you press Ctrl C, and then you press Ctrl V, and just like that you will have a trend line with the exact same slope that we drag down to the lower boundary, and you can see that just like that we have a mini sort of downtrend. And one very interesting thing you can see about the price, what happened here when the price broke the upper trend line. Well, what you can see is that after this breakout, we actually saw a big move here towards the upside. So this right here could have been a good buying opportunity, right? And if we start to analyze this chart even more, we will find some more interesting things. The first thing I want to point out is that before this sort of downtrend we see right here, we actually saw a very strong move towards the upside. And this strong move towards the upside together with this sort of mini downtrend right here is actually a specific chart pattern. This right here is a chart pattern that we call a bullish flag. And the bullish flag actually indicates a continuation to the upside. So it indicates that this previous move here will continue to the upside, and that is exactly what happened right here. However, learning about chart patterns take quite some time, and on our channel I have a full chart patterns training course. So if you guys are interested in learning more about chart patterns, I highly recommend to check out that course after this video. But this was just a very simple example of how to use chart patterns, and it's very important to point out already now that not all bullish chart patterns will lead to a move towards the upside, and not all bearish chart patterns will lead to a move towards the downside. We can't predict with certainty anything with technical analysis. The best thing we can do is trying to get the odds in our favor so that we at least win more than we lose, or it will be a little bit different depending on our risk to reward ratio, but that is a bit outside the scope of this video. But now the next tool I want to show you guys is the volume tool. And what you can see here, the volume tool is actually already on the chart. It is this tool right here. You can see the green and red bars. And now you might wonder, what does these bars tell us? Well, in simple terms, the volume bars tell us how much have been traded during that specific candle. So remember, we're still looking at Bitcoin. So when we see tall bars, like for example, you see this bar right here, this means that during this specific candle, and right now we're looking at weekly candles, so it means that during that specific week, we saw many Bitcoins traded. We saw many Bitcoins changing hands, basically. While if we look at a candle with low volume, maybe some of these candles, you can see the volume was very low. That means that we didn't have a lot of trading activity during these candles. So the volume is a very useful tool in my opinion. However, I don't like the sort of blue line we have in the middle. So if you want to change the settings of the volume, you can go to this cogwheel right here where it says settings, and I personally like to uncheck the moving average of the volume because I don't really find it to be valuable. You can also customize the volume to however you want, but I like to use these sort of green and red bars just like this, so I'm gonna keep the volume like this. But just one quick thing I actually want to point out, which I'm seeing right now, or at least I think I'm seeing, if we just create that pattern once again. One interesting thing here we can see with the sort of move when we broke above this pattern, right, is that you can see that the volume increased during this period. You can see during these candles when we broke out, we actually saw increased volume, and that is actually another bullish sign, which makes it more likely that the price will continue up here. So that is one way you can use volume. In general, when we see a move happening and have lots of volume, that makes the move more significant. That is a general rule of thumb. But once again, I can't go into too much detail in this video about volume. However, I do have a full course on volume right here on the channel. So if you want to learn more about volume, just head over to that course. It's completely for free right here on YouTube. But alright, so now it's finally time for me to show you guys one of my personal favorite indicators. And I will also show you guys how you can change the settings to potentially improve the indicator even further. And to find this indicator, you want to go up to the indicators tab, which you can find right here. And then you want to search for MACD, or for short MACD. This is a very popular indicator and it can be very useful. So let's press on the MACD right here, and as you can see, just like that, the MACD will appear here at the bottom of the screen. And here I think the standard settings for the MACD are already good and they can definitely be used for trading. But one setting I have been experimenting with quite a bit and that I actually find lots of value in is another setting. So let me show you guys how to change the settings of the MACD here to potentially improve it, or at least make the MACD respond faster to signals. So once again, I can show again, you go to the settings tab down here, and then you want to head to the inputs, and the special setting I'm going to use right here has a fast length of 3, so you want to change the fast length from 12 to 3, and a slow length of 10, and the signal length here is actually 16. And here unfortunately it doesn't look like we can choose no, we can't choose the moving average type. I like to actually change the moving average type from an exponential moving average to a simple moving average, but that option doesn't seem to be available here in Bybit. I know that you can do that in TradingView. So yeah, here it unfortunately doesn't look like I can show you guys the complete settings. But if you want to have a sort of better analysis platform, I highly recommend you guys to check out TradingView. And for TradingView, I actually have a special link. I will make sure to leave that link down in the description and the pinned comment. And you can use that link to try out TradingView Premium for free for 30 days. And you will also get a $15 bonus if you eventually decide to upgrade. So make sure to check out TradingView. It's a sort of more comprehensive and better analysis platform. But 3.10.16 can also work for EMA, so let's use that for now. And here there are many different use cases for MACD. When it comes to the normal MACD, I like to use it for something called divergences. But here with the 3.10.16, one thing I like to look out for here is that I look out for strong momentum spikes. So for example, right here, we had a strong spike in momentum. You can see that by looking at either the MACD line or the histogram here below. You can see we had strong momentum, which basically means that we saw a strong and fast price movement. And after these strong momentum moves, that is when I usually look out for pullbacks. A pullback is basically the move that goes in the opposite direction of the trend. So this right here is the trend, this right here is the pullback. And these sort of spikes in momentum is a sign for me to look out to trade these pullbacks. But yeah guys, once again, I don't have time to dive deep into the MACD indicator. Here on our YouTube channel, I have a full course. It's almost 1 hour where I talk about the MACD. So if you want to dive deep, I highly recommend to check that full course out. Alright guys, so now I deleted all the indicators we had on the screen so far because it was a bit cluttered. Now, last but definitely not least, I want to show you guys a very popular tool called Fibonacci retracement. To use Fibonacci retracement, you simply head here to the upper left corner once again and you click on this tool right here, Gann and Fibonacci tools, and then you press on Fib retracement. And to use Fib retracement, you press on one point on the chart and then you drag it to another point. And as you guys can see right here, when you do this, you will see multiple numbers appearing on the chart. And in the beginning, you might ask yourself, you know, what does these numbers even mean? Well, these numbers basically stand for percentages. So for example, the 1 right here stands for 100%. The 0.786 stands for 78.6%. The 0.618 stands for 61.8%, and so on and so on. And these percentages we can actually use to try to find better entry points and also exit points in the market. So a simple way to use the Fibonacci retracement, what you want to do, you want to make sure that you select the Fib retracement. Then you want to anchor from a swing high to swing, I mean in an uptrend, you want to anchor from a swing low to swing high. And once again, if you don't know what a swing high and swing low is, I can only direct you to watch more of my videos here on the channel to learn all about it. Here we can only do a quick guide. So swing high to swing low, then we see the retracement, and most pullbacks will actually end somewhere in this area, in between the 0.382 to 0.618. This is the most common area for the price to reverse. And no surprise here, take a look, we're exactly this price reversed. It reversed exactly at the 0.5 level. Most of the times in real markets, you will not find perfect examples like this. This was just, you know, a random example that reversed exactly at the 0.5 level. But what you will notice here is that good pullbacks often reverse somewhere in this area. So this area you can use as, you know, a level to pay attention to and a level to look out for entries. However, as with pretty much all technical analysis tools, you don't want to use, you know, only one tool and rely only on one tool. You want to combine multiple technical variables at the same time in order to make your decisions. And as always, you always want to have your risk management in check, meaning that you always need to set a stop loss, whether it's a trailing stop loss or fixed one. Make sure to set your stop loss. Make sure to also actually take profits. So make sure to set a predetermined profit target, or at least have an exit strategy. But yeah guys, this video is actually coming to an end now. I can't really dive too deep into technical analysis, but I really hope this Bybit tutorial gave a great sort of foundational understanding on how to use Bybit and also got you a little bit interested at least in technical analysis. Before we wrap up here, I want to remind you guys that you know, if you want to earn money as you are trading on Bybit, actually up to $30,000, remember to use the link down below before you sign up. It's very important. Also guys, if you want to start using TradingView and dive deeper into technical analysis, I have a special link for that as well. As I mentioned, it will also be in the description. And last but not least guys, when you are ready to continue your trading journey, I highly recommend to check out this playlist right here. It contains all of the educational trading courses I have here on the channel. So make sure guys to start going through that playlist. But for now, take care. Ciao, ciao.